Welcome back to our YouTube channel, everyone, or welcome if this is your first time here. In this episode, we are going to be going over the ghosts of Hawaii. We are going to be talking about Pele and ghosts that choke you in your sleep, and it's going to be a fun time. All I ask is that you, if you think we deserved it, to rate us on Spotify or Apple, and like and subscribe on Facebook. Thank you, and let's get into the episode.
Welcome to Haunted Escapes with Chris and Diane.
This podcast will talk about strange and mysterious stories from around the world.
Some will be about places we've been and experienced for ourselves,
as well as things we've learned and read about, including hauntings, folklore, and cryptids. Join us on our Haunted Escapes. In 1778, Captain James Cook became the first European to set foot on Hawaii. Around 1,500 years ago, Polynesians used nothing but the stars to guide them to the islands. In 1810, King Kamehameha I united the islands after years of conflict with warring clans with use from Cook's weapons and advisors. In 1820, the first missionaries arrived on the island, closely followed by the first sugar plantation to open in 1835. Agriculture became a dominant force. In 1845, Honolulu became the capital of the Hawaiian Islands, and between 1835 to 1848, Kamehameha III sought to keep the land in Hawaiian hands by adopting a Western allodial system with a new system that would divide the land into thirds. 1/3 to the Hawaiian Crown lands, 1/3 to the chiefs, and 1/3 to the people. In the end, the people received less than 1%, as the law required land claims to be filed within 2 years under the Kuleana Act, and many Hawaiians made no claim. This was largely because ownership of the land was not a common concept. In 1898, Hawaii is annexed by the U.S. through the Newlands Resolution, and in 1900, Congress created the territory of Hawaii. In 1941, Pearl Harbor was attacked on the island of Oahu during World War II. In 1959, Hawaii became the 50th state of the United States of America, and in 1978, Hawaii became the only non-English speaking state in the U.S., with Hawaiian becoming its official language. Today, there are 6 islands to explore, each with their own beauty to draw every kind of visitor. From beautiful beaches to active volcanoes to coffee farms, as well as fabulous weather and a rich history, Hawaii is a dream getaway for almost everyone.
Yeah, g'day! Conspiracy theories can range from the bizarre to the entertaining, and they often fill gaps in knowledge or challenge established facts. Here on the Not So Bright Side, we do neither! Yay! But you do get to listen to 3 Aussie dudes talk about the paranormal, true crime, and Bigfoot. So head over now to Spotify and check us out at the Not So Bright Side.
Are you looking for a new podcast? Or maybe you just love celebrity interviews and can't get enough of them? On the Tis Yourself podcast, the Todd, aka Rob Maschio from Scrubs, told me about his first time speaking to a group of surgeons.
And I was just like, listen, guys, when in doubt, the Todd's prescription for everything is less moaning, more boning.
Or you want to find out more about how Joe Exotic had such a vendetta against Carol Baskin when she had this to say about him.
Because I've never even spoken to Joe.
Find out all of this and more on the Tis Yourself podcast, wherever you get your podcasts.
Welcome to Haunted Escapes with Chris and Diane.
Hello.
Today we're doing an episode on Hawaii and the ghosts around there.
Yes, Hawaii is one of the places that I've always wanted to go. What do you think about Hawaii?
It looks beautiful. I would very much like to go as well. Maybe one of these days we'll be able to go vacation there.
Yeah, when Chris and I first got together, I told him that I wanted to retire in either one of 2 places, either Cape May or Hawaii, so he gets to pick one of those 2.
Yes, and I told Diane that I just want to move down south, so it doesn't really matter to me.
Yes, I know you want to move down south.
So Diane did a lot of the research on this one. She did a very good job.
Thank you.
And she's going to take it away and lead our stories today.
So we didn't have an episode last week, and Chris, do you want to tell us why?
Yeah, there was no episode last week because I was sick and I was in the hospital.
Yeah, he's had some bad luck with some medical issues, but we're on the mend.
Hopefully.
Yes, we're on the mend. All right, so So Hawaii is composed of 6 islands, and I didn't know that. I thought that there was like a littler island and a big island, because everybody refers to as the big island. But there's 6. Did you know that there were 6 islands?
I didn't know there was 6. No, I knew the ones I knew of was Hawaii.
Yeah.
And then I knew Honolulu and Maui, but the other ones I did not know of.
It was interesting to learn that. I was like, wow, I didn't know there were that many. But one of biggest ghost legends that they have there are the ghosts called the Night Marchers. And the Night Marchers are the spirits of ancient Hawaiian warriors who march in processions, often appearing on nights where there is a new moon. They are said to protect the sacred sites and uphold the honor of the fallen. They are usually described as carrying torches, dressed in traditional Hawaiian warrior attire, and accompanied by the sounds of drums and chants. These spectral warriors may be led by the spirit of a high-ranking chief or warrior, while others believe that they are accompanied by the gods themselves. If you see a procession of night marchers, you have to avert your gaze. It is said that if you look upon them, bad luck will befall you or a family members. You are supposed to crouch low to the ground and play dead by averting their eyes. And then I read another source that says you're supposed to strip off your clothes and lay face down, because no matter what, their march must not be interrupted.
I've heard about these. A few years ago, I was watching TV, and I can't remember what the show was. It might have been that Paranormal Witness.
Mm-hmm.
And they had an episode on the Night Marchers, and I remember they said that, yeah, it's like a bad omen if you see them, and they bring bad luck.
So, stripping off your clothes and laying face down, ain't that kind of extreme?
That I didn't hear. I heard the one about averting your eyes. I hear the one about stripping your clothes and laying down. That's new.
So, like, if I see a torch bobbing my way towards me, am I supposed to avert my gaze totally and not look at anything that they have?
That's what I would think. I would think if you were to see that, or these figures, yeah, I guess close your eyes or look the other way. I'd probably just close my eyes. That'd be your safest bet.
But then how do people know what they look like?
So obviously some people probably have not done that, and they've probably had bad luck happen to them.
Mm-hmm. And you also have to be very respectful to them, because they've been around remote areas or sites with historical significance, such as ancient battle sites, burial grounds, and secret temples. Those that have seen them say that there is a sudden drop in temperature, eerie silence, and they can see the faint glow of torches in the distance. As they grow closer, the ones that see them can hear chanting, the sound of drums beating, and the sound of a conch shell. They are sometimes seen on Pele Highway, where once King Kamehameha I fought against the warriors of the Oahu chiefdom. And another site where they are said to frequent is the temple on the north shore of Oahu. These are ancient sacred sites, so when visiting, please be very respectful.
That should be without
saying.
Yeah, any kind of historical site like that, you should be respectful. You should respect another country's history.
Mm-hmm.
And you should, you don't go in there destroying their property or bad-mouthing the things that happened in history, because without history, you wouldn't be here now. Without history, there is no present. And without the present, there's no future.
That goes to, I didn't add this story in, but there's been stories of people taking, like, volcanic rocks that were left. The Hawaiian government said that they would get boxes full of these volcanic rocks of people sending them back because how much bad luck they've had since taking them. So don't disrespect any sacred sites or anything like that. It's sacred for a reason.
It's absolutely right. Show some respect.
So another story I have is, this goes back to the goddess of fire, Pele, and it said that if you carry pork over the Pele Road...
Is it Pele or Pali?
Oh, I think the goddess is Pele.
Okay.
But I think the road is Pali. That's a good point.
If we're massacring these names, we mean no disrespect. It's just they're very difficult to read and pronounce. So if we do have any kind of mess ups or it doesn't sound right,
yes, I apologize for the butchering of these names. I did the history. I messed up the history, 3 or 4 times?
Yeah. Yeah, because the names really throw you for a loop.
So carrying pork over the Pali Road can cause your car to stall, and it won't start until you throw away the pork. They said that this stems from a love feud between Pele, the goddess of fire, and Kamapua, the pig god. Now, I think that's Kamapua because of Moana, and Pua is the little pig.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Disney.
Yes, thank you, Disney.
This story is called A Ghost That Chokes. There's a ghost that will wake you from a dead sleep, choking you. People have reported a feeling of someone on their chest and choking them. You try to scream but can't. When you feel like you are about to pass out, the ghost vanishes. See, that sounds like sleep paralysis.
That's the first thing I thought of when I heard this story, was that it might just be sleep paralysis.
I think a lot of ghost stories and stuff are probably sleep paralysis, but still, they're cool stories to hear.
So another ghost is called the hitchhiker, and if you see an old woman on the side of the road looking for a ride, specifically on Saddle Road, it could be the goddess Pele. If you ignore her or don't pick her up, you are said to get bad luck. Now, most of the time you hear about a hitchhiker, it's said that you shouldn't pick them up. But in this story, you're supposed to pick her up.
Yeah, but, I mean, that's kind of a messed up story because I'm not going to let some strange person I don't know in my car.
That's true. And it said that she's seen as an old woman. I mean, like, I know I would feel bad and want to give her a ride, so I guess I would be in good graces. But I guess you wouldn't be.
Well, I mean, what if it's a crazy person?
Well, I remember that you got into a ride with it.
That's true.
You got into a car with an older lady.
That's true.
Like sometime last year, and then just told me about it nonchalantly.
No, that wasn't last year. That was quite a few years.
It might have been 2 years ago. But you were just like, oh yeah, I got a ride home from so-and-so.
Oh, no, yeah, that was last year. You're right. I actually got rides home from an older lady a couple times. It's just somebody who saw me, and it was like I was walking or it was raining, and they asked if I needed a ride. And I mean, a little old lady, so I think I can take her.
So you would take...
So yeah, I'd probably give this ghost a ride. I think I could take her.
But what if she's really a goddess, though?
Well, I don't want to be in her good favor, so she wouldn't do nothing to me. So yeah, change of thing, I probably would give her a ride.
True enough, true enough.
The attacking ghost. In 1942, police had to be called to a house due to a ghost. Police arrived at a home where a ghost was said to have attacked a boy and his two sisters. The mother sprinkled tea leaves and Hawaiian salt to ward off the ghost. But the boy smelled the ghost. The ghost was angered at being found out and attacked the boy, attempting to strangle him. The police said the struggle lasted for an hour and a half, but finally got the family to safety.
So, how do you smell a ghost?
I don't know. I mean, I know, like, demons, they say you can smell demons. I said they smell like sulfur.
Oh.
So maybe that's what it was. It was like a demon or some kind of evil spirit.
Okay. I've heard they smell like rotten meat, too.
Yeah, well, yeah, rotten beef, rotten eggs, sulfur. It's supposed to stink really bad.
But I guess the ghost was trying to be, like, stealthy, and he was mad that he got found out.
I never really heard of ghosts being stealthy. Usually if there's a ghost in the area, they're messing with someone.
I never really heard of a ghost, like a regular ghost, like attempting to hurt somebody either. I don't know. Maybe they were dealing with something else
That's
over
what
there.
I said. It was probably something like a demon or something.
Yeah.
And like salt, I know. Salt's said to ward off evil spirits in a lot of different cultures, so.
Yes, I remember salt from Supernatural. That's the first time I remember ever hearing about using salt to ward off, like, evil spirits.
Yeah.
Well, that was a great show.
Yes, it was.
I think aren't they working on, like, a prequel or something?
I think they did, but I don't think it did well, and I think they canceled it.
Oh. So the next stories are from a website called Only in Your State. And this one is about the Hilton Hawaiian Village. And guests and locals alike have told of a young, attractive woman in a red dress seen walking in the hallways or down the beach. I guess you would hate to see that. There are two theories. One, that she is the spirit of someone murdered in a hotel room. Or two, that she is, again, that Pele, the volcano goddess. So I guess she's like the queen bee over there.
Well, yeah, I guess she's the head goddess maybe they pray to.
That's interesting. I would love to go there. I mean, I guess there's so much history there. I'm sure that land is just like full of spirits and ancient peoples and things.
Yeah, it would be very interesting to go check it out. Well, hopefully one day. Morgan's Corner, located on the, again, sorry if I butcher this word, Nua'anu
That's
Pali
good
Drive,
to me.
is the infamous Morgan's Corner, a sharp S-shaped turn near Dr. James Morgan's villa. In 1948, 2 escaped prisoners murdered a 60-year-old widow, Teresa Wilder, in her home. She was bound, gagged, and left unconscious in her bed. During the struggle, she suffered from a broken jaw, and she subsequently suffocated. Due to the broken jaw and gag placed around her neck and mouth, some say she can still be heard screaming for her life.
That's sad.
Yeah. Others made claims of seeing a teenage girl holding her own head.
Ooh.
Plot twist. The story says that she ran away from home and hung herself on a tree near the turn.
Oh, that's sad, too. So I guess you need to stay off of this road.
Unless you want to try to have an experience, then you would want to go.
We'll go down there with our cameras and phones.
And won't catch anything.
We caught a lot of stuff at Myrtle's.
Yeah.
Do you remember when, as soon as we got there, before I think we went to, like, explore the grounds, we put out, I think it was, like, an Oreo cookie?
Oh, yeah, we told the ghost to eat it.
Yeah.
Needless to say, the Oreo cookie was still sitting there when we came back, so Diane ate it.
Yes, I did eat it. But remember, so we put the Oreo out, and then we left one of our phones running, and we were staying in the Ruff and Sterling room, the children's nursery, and we were like, here's a treat for if there's any little children here. We left a treat for you, and they didn't eat the cookie, but we kept hearing that weird, it was sounding almost like an interference.
Yeah, I don't know what that noise was from.
It was really weird.
It lasted the whole stay there.
Yeah. The Myrtles is definitely an amazing place that you have to go experience, I think, once in your life. If you're into the paranormal, you definitely should try to get there.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, kudos to the ghost kids. You're really not supposed to accept cookies or candies from a stranger, so,
Yep, that's true. They were just minding their manners.
Yep, they're behaving.
So the next one is called the Volcano House Hotel, and it's a former historic and private residence. The former owner and his family claimed to see an apparition of an elderly woman. She has also been seen in guest rooms and wandering the halls. Sightings of a ghostly white dog have also been reported on the entrance road to the hotel. Oh.
Yeah, they saw the ghostly dog. You'd want to go pet it.
Yes, I would. I would want to take it home. Could you imagine getting him through customs?
It's a ghost. How do you get a ghost through customs?
I don't know, but I would.
What are you? You have one of those traps the Ghostbusters use?
Ooh, yeah, I could get one of those.
Yes, and then you'll bring it home and then release it.
Yes.
And then our dog will go crazier than he already is. Next story's the Hawaii Plantation Village. This outdoor history museum tells the story of the island's sugarcane workers and life on the plantation circa 1850 to 1950, as well as the history of immigration to Hawaii. The village features restored buildings, replicas of various plantation structures, and a few ghosts as well. Of the villa's 25 plantation houses, approximately half of them are haunted.
Wow.
Every fall, the museum is transformed into a haunted house, though due to ghostly encounters and supernatural activities, actors are not allowed to work in the house by themselves.
Wow. So they must have a lot of activity over there.
That's cool. I bet you that's kind of like
Cold Spring Village.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of too. It sounds a lot like Cold Spring Village.
That'd be a cool place to go to.
And yes, if you haven't heard our Cold Spring Village, well, this after you listen to this episode, you should go check out that episode, because that was one of my favorite ones.
Yeah, the regular podcast of it's cool, but I think that's one where the YouTube video is better, because that's got the photos of all the weird stuff that I caught. Out of all places we've gone and pictures we've taken, I got some of the coolest looking pictures there.
So the next story we have is from the Oahu Community Correctional Facility, and it says a 950-cell jail is the site of the former Oahu prison. 47 men were hanged between 1909 and 1944. The gallows were converted into offices, and prisoners have reported hearing the rattling of cell doors, and guards claim to have trouble sleeping in the squad room.
That reminds me of the old jail at Jim Thorpe.
Yes, it does. That's crazy. So I guess they cut down the gallows and used
rebuilt it as a jail, yeah.
Ooh, I wouldn't want to work there. That's creepy.
Yeah, That is creepy. The next story is the banyan tree at Manoa Falls. At the start of Manoa Falls is a banyan tree, thought to hold lost spirits. This tree is allegedly in the path of the night marchers, the ghosts of ancient Hawaiian warriors. It is said that you can hear the faint sound of drumming on particular nights.
Okay, so another thing I heard about the night marchers is that there's nothing supposed to be in their way of when they're getting from point A to point B. And that's another point of contention with them. So I guess this banyan tree is like, because it grew there, it's what draws them to it, I guess.
I don't know, maybe.
And the last story we have is, again, I'm sorry for this pronunciation, the IO Theater, IAO. And the theater, which opened in 1928, is said to be haunted. There have been various reports of misty ghosts sitting in seats throughout the theater, as well as on stage, though witnesses claim the apparition is friendly. Oh, that's good. Other ghosts have been seen in the basement. It is said these are the ghosts of Hawaiian soldiers who died during battles centuries ago. Witnesses have reported feeling cold spots, seeing shadowy figures, and hearing voices.
That's cool. I wonder if these ghosts are just regular ghosts, or are these part of that night marcher thing?
I think, well, the night marchers are old, ancient warriors. I think these are more
modern.
Yeah, and it goes to say that all of these theaters are usually haunted. Yeah,
well, most theaters and big buildings like that during war and combat, they were usually used as places where you would put the injured and hospitals because you needed the room. So that would explain why it would be haunted.
Yeah, that's true. I'll have to look up and see if this one was used as a hospital.
It's like in Gettysburg. When we walk down Gettysburg, almost all those houses, or most of them, most of the buildings really.
Yeah, almost every building.
They were all used as hospitals, for
yeah.
the injured and the dying. So the whole city's haunted. I want to go back there this year.
Yeah, we could go back there. Try to get back onto the battlefield.
Yeah, I would like to take a camera, maybe record a little bit. Like an actual video camera, not my phone, a normal video camera. Because, your phone, you can only record like 15-second videos at a time.
Yeah, we'll have to do that. But that's all I have for the ghosts of Hawaii. I'm sure there's more that I haven't covered. So if you get the chance, take a trip on down to Hawaii and tell us about the ones that I missed in this episode.
Yeah, I was going to say that too. Like, if you've been to Hawaii, or you know somebody who's been to Hawaii and you've ever experienced, or you know people who've experienced stories about it, and if you want, you can contact us, tell us your story, and next time we do an episode on like personal stories, we can read it out loud and let people hear more scary things that have happened.
Yeah, especially these night marchers. I'm very intrigued to see if anybody has had any encounters with them. And if you've had, let us know. You can leave your story at our website, www.hauntedescapes.wixsite.com/haunted, or you can email us at penepichorror@gmail.com.
Hope to hear from you, and anybody who has listened to us and who still listens to us and follows us, I greatly appreciate it. And if you just started listening, we would appreciate if you would follow us, subscribe, and continue to tune in, because it really helps out with the algorithm so people can get out there and hear more of our stories. So once again, thank you all for joining us on our Haunted Escapes. Everybody if you celebrate, have a happy Easter, happy Passover, happy holiday for any religions that I missed.
Yes, and if you feel like we've deserved it, give us a rating on Spotify or Apple, and follow us on all of our socials. I still haven't got a Twitter up for us. I will get to that soon.
All right, everyone. Thank you, and have a good weekend.
Thank you so much, everybody. Have a good holiday.
Bye-bye.
Bye.